Hi, it's Red-Headed Riding Hood here, Red for short. I'm going to read you William Barclay's Daily Celebration. Andy Capp. Any speaker ought to be meticulously careful about his pronunciation. It is not much to my credit that handicap and handicap should sound exactly the same as a little boy found when I was speaking. I have told before of the child whom I once knew who always, when he was very young, prayed the Lord's Prayer petition in a form of his own, "Deliver us from eagles." And of the other child who always had it, "Harold be thy name." More legendary and less historically probable is the change of the line, "Weak and sinful though we be," into "weak and singful though we be." It is always a somewhat daunting experience to hear one's own voice. Those of us who preach and teach are under the simple and basic obligation to pronounce words in a way that cannot be mistaken. It is significant that this 6-year-old was much more interested in Andy Capp, I'm going to put a link below about that cartoon strip, than he was in Jesus. His reason for listening was not to hear about Jesus. It was because he thought that somehow this talk was leading up to the personal appearance of Andy Capp. If the substance of the story is not a fault, then quite clearly the presentation of the story is. Andy Capp is a figure in a strip cartoon. Like I said, I'll link it below. I am bound to admit that I do not like a day when I do not see the unfolding story of George and Gail Gamble. Is this to say, personally, I think it is, that the Christian educator ought to seize upon the strip cartoon to get his story across? Perhaps you think it is almost or wholly blasphemous to teach the story of Jesus in that way. But it may be that the reason why the child is more interested in the character in the cartoon than in Jesus is that we have wrapped up Jesus in so many layers of stained glass religion that we have taken all the virile human manhood out of him. Yeah, my pastor at the sanctuary, Peter Hyatt, I'll put that link below too, always adds something that is like relevant to movies, or like this week he shared a clip from Mary Poppins because he was talking about joy, and it was good. And last week he talked about the movie Titanic. So I think it's good to add those things that are relevant from culture and movies or music. And yeah, I'll probably talk more about that in my lives this week. All right. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye.